Yep. No, it's just the touch screen. Yeah, probably. I can change that to a for this one, box method is your friend. So if I rewrite this, that means f times g of x So I just rewrote it. I haven't done anything. function. So there's two terms in f of I'm going to have 3 somewhere. Okay, I'll figure you out later. Your turning function. The top would be x squared minus 2x plus 10. So remember, you always do column by row. So the box that lines up with it, whatever is on the top and the side of the box that lines up with it, that's what you're multiplying. All right. So what's 3x times x squared? 3x cubed. So remember, when you multiply exponents, you just add them together. So this has an exponent of 1, 2, 1 plus 2 is 3. You can also think about it as x squared is x times another x. That's 3x is being multiplied to itself, x cubed. What's negative 2x times 3x? Negative 6x squared. What's 3x times 10? 30x. What's 2 times x squared? 2x squared. What's 2 times negative 2x? Negative 4x. And finally, what's 2 times 10? 20. So now I'm going to take everything out of my box and write it out. So I'm just going to automatically put my like terms together. And a little trick is, more often than not with box method, your like terms are usually diagonal from each other. So the x squares and the x's, I went ahead and wrote them together. So like I said, I boxed them together. So here's my like terms. You got to remember to combine them at the end. So this would be 3x cubed plus negative 6 plus 2 x squared plus 30 minus 4 x plus 20. Now, do you have to write all this if you kind of can already tell what goes together? No. I'm just doing it for if you do, like if you're one of those that just need to see it like that visually, it's there. So you have it. Would I dock points on a test if you didn't write like this? No. All right. So let's finish it up. So f times, oh crap, it's f times g of x equal to, we bring the 3x cubed down. What's negative 6 plus 2? Negative 4. So minus 4 what? X squared. Then what's 30 minus 4? 26. So plus 26 what? X. And then bring down the plus 20. So this is my final answer. So again, everything we've done so far, nothing new. All right, you've done it all the way back in Math 1. And you did again in Math 2. Okay, so you should be fairly familiar with these. I said fairly familiar. Yeah. Okay, now dividing functions we're barely going to touch until Unit 3. All right. So with dividing functions, at least in function operations, you just need to realize that order doesn't matter. You just put one on top of the other. All right. So if I do f over g, I don't know why I wrote a 6, but f over g of x, that's equal to f of x, which is 3x plus 2, over g of x, which is x squared plus, no, it's minus 2x plus 10. And even if we were doing polynomial long division, you wouldn't be able to divide that anyway. So if you left it like that, I'm happy. Yeah, that's all you have to do. So that one's easy, at least for right now, because I don't want you doing the crazy division yet. Yes. Yeah. You just got to recognize that that's how you set it up, and that's it. Now, this last one, scalar multiplication. All right. A scalar is just a number, not a value like x or x squared. It's a number. So in other words, you would distribute said number. All right. So how this works is a is your scalar. So I'm going to do this with a number first, and I'll show you kind of like what a looks like. Well, I'll show you with a first. Kind of. It's something that you've seen before, just in a different light. Because you've done distribution before. That's all it is. That's all it is. Yeah. So a of f of x is equal to a times 3x plus 2. So all you got to do is just multiply the a to both terms. So that would equal 3ax plus 2a. Now, that's a little funky, but let's say that I actually gave a value. So let's say that I said that a is equal to 3. So let's say a is equal to 3. That means I would have 3 times f of x. So that's what it would look like. And that would equal 3 times 3x plus 2. Distribute. 3 times 3x is 9x. 3 times 2 is 6. So this right here, oops. So this right here is how you would see it more often than not. It'll be some number next to whatever the function is, f of x, g of x, whatever. It just means take that number and distribute it to the entire function. So the hardest thing that people have with this is the notation. All right, they don't understand what the notation means. Like what I've been doing. That's why I've been rewriting it like this. Okay. Because I want you guys to recognize that's what the notation means. Because math really is a language in and of its own. It's a lot of symbols. It's a lot of different combination of symbols. Trust me, if you saw some of my homework from college, you'd probably think it was written by some alien creature from space, because that's how many different symbols there are. I'm talking advanced math classes, because I was a math major. So, no, I'm saying like college algebra doesn't have that stuff, which is what you would really only have to take. Yeah, I know. I'm talking about like, if you're a math major, you're doing like advanced calculus and stuff. No, there are math majors that are not teachers. I double majored. I majored in both math education and mathematics. I wanted to be a teacher, so. Well, when both your parents are teachers growing up, I grew up in it.
Although I would like to teach kindergarten.
Good luck. That's the one I'd never teach. All right. The last thing that we got to talk about is the evaluations. All right. So this is the one that a lot of people screw up. So this is the one that a lot of people screw up because, all right, they get thrown off by this number on the outside. They think it means multiplication, but this is the same thing that you would do the same thing with that as you would do with that. So if you saw f of -3, what does that mean to do? Plug it in. All right. So this, if you saw this, it doesn't mean multiplication. It means plug in -3 after you do the calculation or the combining or whatever. Well, we're still using the ones at the top. So there are two ways to go about it. You can either simplify the expressions first and then plug in, or plug in and then simplify the expressions. I recommend plugging in first. All right. So at the top, I'm going to find, well, over here, I'm going to find what f of -3 is, and I'm going to find what g of -3 is. We're still using those top functions from the very top. So I'm going to plug in -3 in for both. So f of -3, that'll be 3 times -3 plus 2, which you can just put that in your calculator. So 3 times -3 is -9 plus 2, that's -7. Again, that's a calculator's job for you. All right. G of -3, that would be, make sure you put the -3 in parentheses, especially if you're putting it in your calculator. -3 squared minus 2 times -3 plus 10. So -3 squared is 9. -2 times -3 is +6. 9 plus 6 is 15 plus 10, that's 25. I could do that in like elementary school. Yeah, we learned squares in elementary school. I learned it in like 5th grade, but really? Oh.
Well, maybe we did learn in 5th grade, but that was the year that.
COVID. Yeah.
Ours was just adding and subtracting, dividing.
Well, you guys were kind of, you guys kind of were at a disadvantage a little bit because of COVID.
Yeah, I was like,
Because a lot of elementary teachers gave up during COVID. They didn't even try. Yeah, like I said, elementary teachers gave up during COVID.
like, I would like these people all day to know how.
I was in college when it happened, so try taking intro to differential equations completely online.
You had like your camera on and your microphone, and I was like, yeah, you know what that is.
Oh, just the sound of it sounds like
It is.
What was your hardest like math to learn?
Differential equations was a pain, but again, it's because I learned it during COVID. I feel like if I had an actual teacher, it wouldn't be bad. Like, so, because it was completely online, and my professor, all he did was post videos. Like, he didn't even live stream anything. It was
What's the hardest list one?
AP calculus probably, but you guys don't have to take it. So for you guys, I would say math 3 is kind of the hardest. Math 4 is actually easier than math 3 in my opinion.
Do you have to take math for college? Like, do classes in college?
That's a question for your counselor. I don't know for sure.
They won't let me go to college.
It's after this 10-day, the first 5 days. So after next week, you can talk to them.
Yeah, so usually they sign me up for like culinary. I took culinary 1 and bachelor 2, but it was a year long.
Mm.
So I'm in culinary 1 again. So then my culinary teacher told me that if I don't change my class, then I'm not gonna have my 12 credits.
You can always stop by the. Yeah.
I don't know my class was on. You know, I can't log into it. I don't have my phone.
Right. You can always just stop by during. You can always just just go by there during lunch or something.
See, they won't be out during lunch.
What I'm saying is, don't go into the cafeteria. Just go straight to the counseling office. Oh. I don't know then. Or go. Yeah, we have to know where you are. Okay. Anyway, so coming back to it.
I just want straight out.
All right. So anyway, now we're gonna take these two numbers and subtract them like they wanted. So the F goes first because we gotta do it in the correct order. So this will be -7 minus 25. And then from there, you just got to put that in your calculator. So -7 minus 25, that is negative what? Nope. 32. When you're adding, it's well, it's a positive number, but we're subtracting, remember?
That's 32, right?
Negative 32.
Yeah. I was like, I was subtracting them. I was like, I thought it would be 18.
All right, so the next one's multiplication. Again, I would evaluate first, so then you only have to multiply numbers. All right, so now I'm going to find f of 7 and g of 7. So it's 3 times 7 plus 2, and then 7 squared minus 2 times 7 plus 10. So if you do 3 times 7, that's 21, plus 2, it's 23. If you do 7 squared, that's 49, minus 14 plus 10, so it would be 49 minus 4, so that would be 45. Yeah, I got you. Well, I'm just doing the evaluations. So that's just, for you guys, that would just be put in your calculator. No. No. Trust me, this is small. If it's small enough numbers that I can do it in my head. If it's bigger numbers, I don't even bother. For me, I don't know.
It was like 20, 25, 20.
Once numbers start getting into the hundreds, like for example, when we multiply these numbers, I'm putting that sucker in a calculator. I'm not doing it in my head.
Would you like to do 26, 28?
Like Adam,
Like,
I ain't multiplying them.
She said,
you can do it, I promise.
Addition and subtraction is easy. It's when you start multiplying that I'm like, I'm not doing it.
I can't do it.
Okay, so that would be 68, 7. 15 plus 6 is 21. It'd be 81.
It'll be 81, you said? Alright, add it into your calculator. 26, 27, 28.
81.
Oh my god, you're so smart. Okay, so we just add these numbers and we'll multiply them.
We're multiplying. So now that we got them, we're going to multiply them.
Can you multiply those in your head?
Heck no.
she could, but she's
I think I can. That was putting 5, 1, 2, 3, that would be 15, and then you carry the number, that would be 1, and then you do 5 times 2, so that would be 11. So it would be 1,
Yeah.
0, wait, no, 1, 1, 0, and then you get another row, and then you do 4.
I mean, I can try. Let's see. 20 times 40, that's 800. Yeah. That's 800. And then 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 40 is 120. So that would be 935. And then 5 times 20 is 100. So 1035, I would guess.
Oh my god, you're so smart.
It's like doing 1030.
Oh my gosh.
You go.
Like, in one of those quizzy thingies on the social media you have to go in there and be like, do you win? And it would be like a millionaire and then you don't have to.
Well, it's not so much that, it's just, when I was little, they made us have a number sense. have this called a number sense. Like we had to do a lot of mental math. Like I used to have to take quizzes on my multiplication tables.
Yeah, we had to too.
Time quizzes, and then you would have multiplication chart.
That's
That's how you had to leave the room.
You have to fill in the chart.
No, they would. My teacher literally gave it to us by each timetables. So I had a 3s quiz, a 4s quiz, a 5s
Yeah, they
quiz.
did that last time.
Yeah.
I could do certain numbers. I couldn't do 3. I could do 2. I could do 5. I couldn't do 6. I couldn't do 8. I could do 10. I couldn't do 9. Except for 9 times 9, which is 81. Writing. I could do these. I could do 11. I can't do 12.
Where you just use your fingers.
I did not know how to do the 9 thing. Yeah, I just didn't know. I only knew I knew my ones and my tens.
Y'all don't know your ones. I'm judging. Okay, so, all right. But do you guys see how I'm doing this? You just plug them into the functions by themselves, and then you do the operation. It's a lot easier than trying to do the combining first and then the operation.
So that's basically what we just did.
Mm-hmm. It's easier when you're just dealing with numbers. That's why you do the evaluation first, so you're only dealing with numbers. We already filled in the x, yep. All right, so for 3, we're going to do f of 4 and g of 4. Give that one a shot on your own. Simplify it. So try 3 on your own. Like do the whole thing. So start by evaluating f of 4 and g of 4, and then whatever numbers you get, you're going to divide them. If you need a calculator, you're welcome to grab one. Yeah, give me 1 sec. I'm just going to... So guys, just leave that one as a fraction because it's not going to give you a pretty number. Just simplify the fraction.
It's hard. Wait, so how do you set this up? So you're plugging in the times. So then where does it after you evaluate? Oh, we comprehend them. So like we put your expertise on the operation is flex. Okay, thanks. Yeah. I'm doing this. That's really Bro, numbers is like really fast. Hey, I have a question. Just a quick Four times 3 is 12, right? So, the where is it? 16. I will on Steve's back. That's gonna be so funny. Oh my god. 8. Okay, so I don't know what 14 divided by 8. Let's go. What is it? Florida to do it?
Could be.
Did she? No. Well, I used to like so I don't know what Fortnite is.
Liars.
I just look it out.
All right, how you guys doing? Think you got
I
it?
don't know what Fortnite is. So it would be 2 and wait.
Fort-
Hold it. I'm trying to hold up. So 7 plus 7. Let's see. That would be 9.5. No, 9. 9 plus 9 is 18. Okay. So it would be 2 over 9. 2 over 9, right? What's that? 4 over 8. It would be 2 over 9, but I thought it was that's simplified. I feel like I simplified it in my head. How would it be 7? If you're simplifying 4, how would it be 7?
Because it's not 4, it's 14.
Oh, I did get 14. Oops.
Okay, guys, it looks like most of y'all wrapped it up. So check your answer as soon as it pops up.
7 over 9.
Okay, so plug 4 in and evaluate for both G and F. And then they want us to divide what we got for F of 4 by G of 4. So you do 14 divided by 18. Now, since we know that's not going to be a pretty number, I don't want to round a decimal. I just want a fraction. So I just simplified the fraction. Now, if you don't know how to simplify fractions, that's okay because your calculator can do it for you. So, I'll do it later. But essentially, all you do is you hit your math key, which is underneath the green alpha key, and then you just hit enter twice when you divide. So if I do 14 divided by 18, gives me a decimal. I'm going to hit math and then enter twice. And it gives me automatically the simplified fraction. You can also do it in Desmos, but a lot of you don't have your Chromebooks yet. Yeah. I'll keep reminding you. A lot of my kids before know that because I've issued it every year. Okay, this last one's a little bit different. Okay, so remember, these are scalars. All right, meaning that we have to multiply G by 2 and f by 3, and then add them. Okay? So we're still going to do the same thing. We're still going to find what g of negative 5 is and what f of negative 5 is. All right? So we're going to do g of negative 5 and f of negative 5. So walk me through it. How do I set up g of negative 5? Don't worry about the 3 and the 2 just yet. So this will be negative 5 squared. What's next? And then plus 10. Also, when you're typing in your calculator, make sure those parentheses are on that negative. If it's not, it'll screw it up. The way it'll read it, if it's not, is negative times 5 squared. So negative 25. It should be positive 25. Okay, so 25 plus 10. Yeah, I got 45. Yeah. Yeah, that one's pretty straightforward. Okay, so we get 45 for g of negative 5. Okay, someone set me up for f of negative 5. Sound?
It'll be parentheses, -5 squared.
Nope, f of negative 5. We did g already. This was g.
Okay, never mind.
We flip-flopped them.
Okay. 3 parentheses, -5 plus 2.
Good. So that'll be negative 15 plus 2, which is what? Negative 13. So I'm going to take these numbers and plug them in for f and g respectively. All right. So I'm going to do 2 times 45, so I'm multiplying them together, plus 3 times negative 13. So what's 2 times 45? 90. What's 3 times negative 13? Negative 39. So if I subtract those, what do I get? 51. Good. So the biggest mistake I see is that people think that these two numbers are like something that you have to do like plugging in wise or anything of that nature. No, you just leave those alone until after you get g of negative 5 and f of negative 5. Then you do it at the end. Okay, so we still got about 15 minutes left of class, but I don't want to start another lesson. So your homework is going to be the next page. So page 6. All right, so you guys can go ahead and start working on it now because you got a solid 15 minutes, so that's a good time. Yeah. Within your group. I don't want you moving seats right now. Yes. Oh, one last thing before I leave you on your own. Look at number 7 on your homework page. I want to h of f of 5x minus 3. I want to show you how to take care of that. Okay? It's pretty much the same thing as plugging in a number. You're just plugging in an expression instead. So, we're using h of x, which is up here. We're going to take the 5x minus 3 and plug that in for x. So what it would look like is 8 minus 3 times, so we're replacing the x with the 5x minus 3. All right. Then you just distribute, combine like terms, and that's it. Pretty much, yeah. So let's finish it up though. So I'll distribute the negative 3. So I get 8 minus 15x plus 9. And then what's the only like terms I have to combine? The 8 and the 9. So what's 8 plus 9? 17. So your answer is negative 15x plus 9. So it looks terrifying, but in reality, you're just plugging it in for x and simplifying. Do you guys understand how I did that? Because I wrote the wrong number. I do that more often than I care to admit. So write the wrong number. My brain and my writing hand do not connect sometimes. No. And if you notice something, you're more than welcome to call me out on it. Because I'll look at it and be like, oh no, I'm just dumb. Well, I do some dumb things sometimes. Yep, 8's the same concept. Except you'll plug it into F. Alright, so you guys can work on that for like at least another 10-ish minutes until class ends. So get a head start on it. Mainly so if you have questions, you can ask